All right. Shalom, shalom. Grace and peace to all the family. Um, if you don't know me by now, it's your brother Micah Allah, but I'm just your fellow servant. I'll be coming on here, to do a live reading for tonight. Um, I'll be trying to read through Exodus chapter 11 through chapter 15, or, however the Lord uh, leads us and allows us to continue further. Um, I like to first and foremost start off giving all praise, glory, and honor unto the Most High God, Yahweh. Um, I would also like to say to all the family, saints, and everybody out there, just to give you guys a update of where I'm at in my journey and in my walk. There's been a lot that's been transpiring over the last few weeks. Um, uh, and I usually come on here every Sunday. And pardon me, let me fix my camera settings. Pardon me. Let me fix my camera. Here we go. So, so again, family, over the last few weeks, there's been a lot that's transpired. Um, a lot that's happened, man. A lot that's happened. Um, so I'll give you guys a quick update of where I'm at in life. Currently, I am in Arlington, Texas. Um, a lady friend of mine decided to, help me in the current situation that I am going through. The Lord allowed her to be in place and allowed her to assist me thus far in the walk or in the struggle or in the situation that I've been going through. So I like to first give all praise, honor, and glory, again to the Most High God Yahweh for allowing such things to be and allowing certain people to be there for me and allowing them to be able to assist me, whether small or great. The Lord has allowed for them to be in place um, to assist me throughout the time of my troubles. Um, for those of you who don't know, I was in a very major car accident last week. Um, I don't know, a guy merged in front of me. I wasn't paying attention, slammed right in the back of him. And I almost lost my life in that accident. I really don't know how. A lot of people really don't know how. The doctors and police officers and insurance, companies that was calling me. Um, Nobody seems to know how I made it out of that accident alive, right? Or in one piece, let's just say, right? But again, giving honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High God Yahweh for continuously carrying me through the turbulent winds, turbulent waters. Let's say that. Prior to this, prior to this accident, I uh, I was incarcerated over something unrighteously, and I'm actually still in the midst of fighting it, or right now I'm unable to fight it. So it's just gonna be something that's gonna be lingering on me, and at some point in time, I'm gonna have to be able to go out there and I'm going to have to go out there and fix it, or else I'll be incarcerated again. Um, But again, the details of the matter regarding me being incarcerated, um, I lost my job behind that. I ended up stranded in El Paso um, behind that. But giving all glory, honor, and praise unto the Most High God Yahweh, He allows certain people to be in place at that point in time in order to purchase a ticket for me um, out of El Paso, so that way I could get by a friend of mine, so that way I would not be out on the streets. Um, I had to spend the night outside in El Paso, Texas, but needless to say, I met a few good people. I was able to have a few good conversations, um, and I thank the Most High God for sparing me and having mercy on me. His grace is definitely sufficient, right? Prior to that incarceration, um, I don't know if you guys have been following me, but I had another accident in Fort Worth a few months back, um, that kind of put me out of work, and I lost a lot. So it's been a long road, and I don't mean to make this real long about my own personal standings, but I just want to update you guys as to where I am in life and where I will be, and how we will proceed moving forward. Um, just based upon the fact that I do offer services to you guys, as far as my testimony music, as far as the reading of the scriptures. Sometimes I may even dive into these subjects and topics after studying them and give you guys my understanding as the Spirit of God has blessed me. Um, so I just want to say thank you to anybody. Pardon me. Sorry, I'm just kind of in the car right now. I didn't have a place to kind of, do this reading for you guys. So I just decided to come down into my friend's car and, give this reading. So please pray for me, and please ask the Lord for the strength that I continue to have the strength to continue to toil and continue to endure and to continue to do the work of the Most High God. But I just wanted to, like I said, speak on a couple things, and just just update you guys on what's been going on with me. And like I said, hopefully you guys are keeping in your prayers. Excuse me. Hopefully you guys will, stay mindful of your brother. Um, Again, I was, being incarcerated. You know, the Lord, released me from that situation for the time being, and He allowed, for some people to be there in my corner in order to save me from a situation. Um, so I was able to travel out of there and able to get somewhere safely. Um, and then not long after that, I had got into this accident, and I broke this arm. I broke two ribs here, and I broke my ring finger. I broke my wrist, so I have pins in my wrist, and I have a bandage, a staple bandage. I'm assuming on top of my wrist, connecting it to my arm. I had a break already in this arm from a job that I did painting, so they had to go in and repair that original break. And then I had another break down here at the base of the arm, closer to the elbow, which they had to also repair that. I have a whole bunch of stitches all over this arm. I couldn't even count to tell you how many. Um, I do not have any medical insurance or any kind of medical care. So unfortunately, um, I'm trying to get into there's a program here in this town. here in Texas, and they have a program where maybe I may be able to get on to their services through some indigent, through some indigent services, and maybe they'll be able to get the staples out of me because they're supposed to be coming out now. I just haven't had the opportunity to get in to see any doctors or anything to help me. But please pray for me that my strength fails not. Please pray for me that I continue to endure. Please pray for me that I'm able to acquire the medical services that I need in order to be able to deal with this arm. Great a great amount of pain. Um, but I just couldn't sit around tonight. I couldn't sit around tonight. My spirit was vexing me. So I had to get up, and I wanted to come and do a reading with you guys. If you guys would read along with me. If you don't have your swords with you, that's fine. I have my Bible. I will be reading for you through Exodus chapter 11 on through um, Exodus chapter 15. And I'm just updating you guys as to where I've been over the past few weeks and um, why I have not been here with you guys. But I'm still here, and the Lord, is still blessing me. So at the end of the day, excuse me, I'm sorry, family. Every time I breathe in, my ribs hurt me pretty badly. But I'm gonna try to read through this, and we'll get through this together. Pardon my screens. Pardon me being in the vehicle. I know it's dark and whatnot. I don't know if there's another light I may be able to put on here. No, that's it. Um, so again, family, thank you for joining me tonight. Um, if you'll bear with me, I only have one hand. My left hand, I'm a righty, but my right is broken. Um, so bear with me, family, and I will go ahead and continue to read through Exodus chapter 11. We'll catch up to where we left off. Let's get into it, right? And I don't have my glasses. Um, I wear prescription glasses, and during the accident, I pretty much broke my glasses, and I don't have any. I don't have any glasses, so um, it'll be a little hard for me to like read closely. I have to be like very close up on the book here, but again, bear with me. Have mercy on your brother, and Lord willing, we'll make it through this live reading. Okay. Okay. So this is Exodus. This is Exodus chapter 11 and verse 1. It says, "And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, About midnight will I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon, that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. and there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, none, nor shall be like it any more. But against any, excuse me, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue, against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. Excuse me. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. This is Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Pardon me, family. Give me one moment. All right. Verse 8. And they shall eat the flesh in that night. Hold on. Yeah. Yes. Verse 9. It says, Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the seventh day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation, and in the seventh day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in the selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, Draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the bosom, or is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep the service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians, and delivered our houses. And the people bowed their head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron. So did they. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne until the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house, pardon me, family. What verse was I on? I think verse 30. It says, For there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses. Oh, pardon me, family. And they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed, from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men beside children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, in flocks and herds, even very much cattle. Excuse me, family. I'm so sorry. I haven't been getting much rest either. I should be resting right now, but I'm trying to read and do, like I said, trying to read this reading for you guys. Okay. It says, this is verse 39. It says, and they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day, it came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron. So did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. We'll move on to Exodus chapter 13, and this is verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both of man and of beast, it is mine. And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. This day came ye out in the month Abib. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee, a land flowing with milk and honey, that thou shalt keep this service in this month. 7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the seventh day shall be a feast to the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee. Neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters. And thou shalt show thy son in that day, saying, This is done because of that which the Lord did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt. And it shall be for a sign unto thee upon thine hand, and for a memorial between thine eyes, that the Lord's law may be in thy mouth. For with a strong hand hath the Lord brought thee out of Egypt. Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in his season from year to year. And it shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he sware unto thee and to thy fathers, and shall give it thee, that thou shalt set apart unto the land, unto the Lord, all that openeth the matrix, and every firstling that cometh of a beast which thou hast, the male shall be the Lord's. And every firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. And if thou wilt not redeem it, then thou shalt break his neck. And all the firstborn of man among thy children shalt thou redeem. And it shall be when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, What is this? That thou shalt say unto him, By strength of hand the Lord brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all that openeth the matrix, being males, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. And it shall be for a token upon thine hand, and for frontlets between thine eyes. For by strength of hand the Lord brought us forth out of Egypt. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, Lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth, and encamped in Etham, and in the village of in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. Moving on to Exodus chapter 14, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they turn and encamp before Pi Hahiroth, between Migdal and the sea, over against Baal Sevan. Before it shall ye encamp by the sea. Excuse me. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, pardon me, family, pardon me, pardon me. I told you guys I'm in a great deal of pain, so I apologize. I'm sorry, my hair kind of got a little tight there. Okay, back to Exodus chapter 14, um, verse 3. It says, "For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they are entangled." Pardon me. They are entangled in the land. The wilderness have shut them in, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his host, that the Egyptians may know that I am the Lord. And they did so. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, "Why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us?" And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt and captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand. Ugh, ugh. Excuse me, family. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm having a lot of pain in my ribs, a lot of pain in my arms, my hand, my wrist. And but the show must go on. The show must go on. All right, we're on verse 9 of chapter 14. It says, "But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, beside Pi Hahiroth, before Baal Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord." Excuse me, family. "And they said unto Moses, Because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness." And Moses said unto the people, "Fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, pardon, for the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace." And the Lord said unto Moses, "Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his host, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen." And the angel of God, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and there was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these. so that the one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth for them against the Egyptians. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared. And the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Lord and believed the Lord and his servant Moses. Chapter 15 and verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him an habitation. My father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his host have he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, have dashed in pieces the enemy, and in the greatness of thine excellency thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble, and with the blast of thy nostrils the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright as an heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Thou stretchest out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto the holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitants of Palestina. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them by the greatness of thine arm. They shall be as still as a stone till thy people pass over, O Lord, till the people pass over which thou hast purchased. Thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountain of thine inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in the sanctuary, O Lord, which thy hands have established. The Lord shall reign forever and ever. For the house of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen unto the sea, and the Lord brought again the waters of the sea upon them. But the children of Israel went on dry land in the midst of the sea. And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree, which when he had cast into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them, and said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do that which is right in his sight, and wilt give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians. For I am the Lord that healeth thee. And they came to Elim, where were 12 wells of water, and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the waters. All praises, glory, honor unto the Father, unto his Son, unto the Most High God, Yahweh. Again, I'd like to thank you, family, for joining me in this live reading. Again, I usually do this every Sunday, or every weekend, I should say. But over the past few weekends, I've been distracted, and I have been incarcerated unrighteously. I have also been in a very major accident. Again, I stated all of these things at the beginning of the class, which I probably should have saved to the end, but which I'll probably start doing. And I'll probably wait till we get through the reading to start giving you guys the updates and have a quick talk before I sign out. But I just want to say to you guys that I love you guys, whether or not you guys love me. I'm with you guys. Whether or not you guys are with me, you guys can pick up the phone at any given time. If you need to talk, if you need some prayer, my email is logfellowservant.xo@gmail.com. I will change the number that's there so that way you guys can be able to phone in and We can pray together, we can sing together, we can cry together, we can read a scripture together, right? We can fellowship together, we can praise together. It doesn't always have to be on a bad note. But again, family, I just want to say thank you for joining my live reading. I just wanted to take the moment out because I've been really, really vexed in my spirit. Um, as the current situation, this is the I would say this is like the fourth or fifth incident that has taken me out of work in the past year and a half, cost me a lot of money, to where I'm down to nothing. Um, Most of my equipment for my paint business sold, as you guys knew. Um, I'm no longer with my wife and kids. We're a separated family now, or rather, I've been separated, um, so that she can continue, to, I guess, fornicate or be in adultery or see another guy. But it's not meant for me to point fingers because I've done my wrongs to her, and I guess right now she's in darkness. We've all been in darkness, right? But there's been a long trickle down of a lot of things that's been going on with your brother, and like I said, I try my best to try to give this live reading every weekend. If for some reason that you guys do not see me, um, or I do not upload on a certain time that I'm supposed to upload, uh, just know that something must have is going on, or maybe I'm not able at the present time and moment to do so. Um, but continue to pray for me that I continue to endure, continue to stand in the name of the Lord. Um, Again, thank you, family. I don't know where I will be next weekend. Um I will try to continue to come on here as the Lord allows me to, inshallah, inshallah. So I'll say a quick prayer. We'll close with a prayer. And, you know, hopefully we'll meet each other again next week. Hopefully I'll be in a better physical state, because right now I'm in a lot of pain. I'm going to go upstairs and try to get some tea going. And, I've had my reading. I'll probably just have a moment to myself. Um, but continue to pray for me that the Lord restores me, please. Please. Um, we all know the story of Job, and that's needless to say. So I'm not going to drag you guys on. I thank you guys for joining me for this live reading. I found a lot of fruit. I found a lot of understanding. I found a lot of peace within that reading. And I hope you guys also found it as well. Again, this is your brother Micah Allah. Um, let's bow our heads for prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you, family. I just want to say shalom to all of you. I hope all of you have had a great week. I pray that the Lord strengthen you moving forward into the new week, moving forward according to you know these people's calendar. For those of you who don't know, the I have uploaded the month of Tishrei. Um, this is the seventh month coming up, starting September 17th. I've uploaded the calendar for the entire month of Tishrei. So if you guys would like to go in and copy the calendar, save it for yourselves. There's also an app called Calendars. It's just called Calendars, like a blue thingy. um, where we can, kind of do it like a live calendar and share to one another. So if you guys are possessors of that app, excuse me, if you get with me directly, I can share my calendar with you guys, because I try to, um, I'm trying to order my steps as a good servant should, right? So if I don't mind you guys cheating off of me, right? It's not really cheating. We're all brothers, we're all sisters, and whatever I may have, I'll share it your way. So again, family, thank you for joining me. Um, thank you for listening into the reading. Please share the reading to others like me. You see, broken arm. If it wasn't for this hand, I wouldn't be able to turn that Bible. But some people find themselves in a worse medical condition, a worse medical state, uh, that they cannot even pick up the Bible or read it at all. So, it would be a service of yourself to someone else to help them be able to read or hear or listen in to the word of God um, being read openly. Okay. Um, you got a lot of different people, man, not just the sick, but you got the physically unable, you got the elderly, um, you know, and just some of us. Maybe I don't want to just pick up my Bible. Maybe I just want to tune into your channel today and want to hear. But again, thank you, family, for all the help that you continuously give me. Thank you for the sisters and the brothers that the Lord has allowed me to be in my life to help me throughout the time of this accident and my damages and my losses. And hopefully we meet again. And I'm doing better, feeling better. So until we meet again, inshallah, shalom.